Hello and welcome to BB True Crime. I'm Beth.
I'm Becky.
And today we are coming at you with episode 49. Almost at that special episode again.
Nearly.
I believe our special episode for number 50 is Murder-Suicides.
Is that? I think that's my pick, isn't it?
I have no idea anymore. I'd have to look to see what the
I
last
think
one
it is
was.
because I do odd numbers, and because I'd pick the first one, the first special episode, and then you do the even numbers. So I think number 5 is mine.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
But yeah, so tune in for that one when that comes out. But today we are doing the case of the Slenderman stabbing.
Surprisingly, know nothing about this.
That's alright. I want to luckily say, no one dies.
Yay!
For once.
That's a rare
occurrence. Someone does get stabbed.
Okay, that's what? It's a stabbing?
Yeah.
I'd be concerned if it said Slenderman stabbing without actually having any stabs occur.
Yes, valid. So we'll just get straight into it.
Let's hit me.
3 young girls go into a forest. Only 2 come out. What would motivate 2 young girls to commit such a violent attack, and where are they now? How important is the media we consume in our teenage years, and why does it affect some people so negatively? Let's discuss.
Wait, so it's girls that did it?
Girls.
I thought Slenderman...
All 3 of them are girls.
I thought Slenderman stabbing that the perp would be male.
Nope. So.
Whoops.
Straight into it. Let's go.
Sorry, boys.
So you get the 2. Well, here we go. Morgan Geiser, sorry if I mispronounced anyone's names, and Peyton Isabella Lutner, also known as Bella, were childhood best friends from Wisconsin.
Okay.
They later befriended another resident of the town called Anissa Weir,
Okay.
who became very close to Morgan because they lived in the same apartment building.
Nice.
And shared a common interest in a creepypasta, which was, for their favourites anyway, Slenderman.
Okay.
So, do you know what Slenderman is, and do you know what a creepypasta is?
No.
Okay, so a creepypasta, they were very popular in the 2010s. So basically, they were stories that people have made up.
Okay.
That were obviously creepy, mostly.
But not true.
Not true.
Okay.
But a lot of people like to put, oh, it's based on true events, to kind of make them seem like, are they
Scarier.
true? Yeah. Slenderman was one of the most popular creepypastas of all time.
Okay.
They were also just written by everyday people.
Got it.
But a lot of the creepypastas ended up getting cult followings.
Okay.
Where, people would make fan art and fan fictions and
God.
fan videos, and they'd dress up as the characters, and Slenderman was one of the ones that did the most popular because it inspired someone to make a video game based on the creepypasta.
Okay.
So in the video game, the first one anyway, is the most iconic. For example, people like PewDiePie played it when he was first becoming popular, and that helped boost how popular it became. Me and Markiplier, all the old school popular
OG YouTubers.
Yeah, they played it.
Got it.
So in the original, very first Slenderman game, it's very simple premise. You are in a forest. There are I can't remember if it's 7 or 10 pages with creepy drawings on that you need to collect around the forest.
Okay.
But as soon as you pick up one, you start hearing footsteps behind you. You hear the rustling. Slenderman is now coming for you. You have to grab all the pages
as quick as you can
before he grabs you.
Okay.
It's actually very good.
Okay.
For an old simple game. Shit everyone up back in the day. Fucking really funny. If you go back and watch old videos of people playing it, hilarious. It's actually very... I've played it myself dozens of times.
Okay.
It still would scare me if I was playing it in the dark.
Okay. It's a shame I'm not staying again. We could have done that tonight.
True.
Oh.
Slenderman is like this like really tall, I'm talking like 8-9 foot figure. He wears a suit.
I remember that, yeah.
He has just like no hair, white head, no face. And he has like these tentacles that come out of his back. And he basically like teleports as well.
Lush.
So yeah,
love that for us.
He lives in the woods. The creepypasta is basically like children are going missing, they disappear in the woods, Slenderman takes the children.
Okay.
So Morgan and Anissa, Peyton is the victim in this, because obviously it was a trio. So Morgan and Anissa are our villains of the story.
Got it. They're the two that live in the same apartment block.
They're all girls. They are underage when this happens. I think they're around 14. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
And yeah, so Morgan and Anissa are the ones that are obsessed.
Okay.
Bond over creepypastas and Slenderman.
Good.
Peyton, the victim, was not into creepypastas or Slenderman. She found it too scary.
She's me. She's me in this story.
Yeah. Interrogators were told that Morgan and Anissa, their obsession with Slenderman started as early as September 2013.
Okay.
As their interest grew, they both believed that the character was real, which a lot of people thought at that time. A lot of, especially if you were young and reading it, that is just how a lot of creepypastas were written, as if they were true. But like pretty much all fiction.
Yeah.
It's just to make them creepy.
All made for the jump scares.
Yeah. And they actually believed that the character was real and would hurt them and their families if they didn't offer him a sacrifice.
Excuse me?
So they planned to kill Taylor to appease him.
Oh my god.
And to prove that he was real. Just want to let everyone know Slenderman is not real. So the two previously did plan to kill Taylor either in her sleep or in a bathroom, but didn't carry out that plan.
Okay.
So then the next year comes, we're in now May 31st, 2014.
Can you imagine being a good friend of somebody, right? And for a year,
they're planning on
you're
death.
actively planning not just your death, your murder.
Yeah.
They look at you and they have lunch and tuna sandwiches with you and they do makeup and girly things, and then they go to bed and they're like,
I could just smother her in her sleep.
Slit her throat in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't have to worry about the cleanup.
Yeah.
What?
And I'll be like not harmed from Slenderman or some shit. Yeah, it's weird. So in May 31st, 2014, during a game of hide and seek.
Oh, this is
in a heavily wooded David Park near Wisconsin.
Oh no.
Both girls pinned Taylor down and stabbed her 19 times in the arms, legs, torso with a 5-inch long blade.
Did you know on average you only need, I think it's either 4 or 5, like knife wounds on average before you get a fatal wound?
Oh, babe, you one hit.
But like if you're like frantically stabbing somebody to the point where you're doing 19 or 20 times, it's typically the 5th stab wound where you finally hit something fatal.
Yeah.
And then literally like when you get to 5, everything after that is overkill.
Yeah, it all seems like overkill in this.
Honestly. Never gonna look at hide or seek the same way again.
She also suffered 2 major stab wounds to 2 stab wounds to major organs. One wound very narrowly missed the major artery, and another went through her diaphragm, which cut into her liver and stomach.
Oh, this isn't a murder. This is a stabbing.
Yeah,
she survives.
It is a Slenderman stabbing. Yes, it is. Taylor, despite all this, they leave her in the forest. When they're done, they leave her to bleed out. She did not die. She refused to lay there and dragged herself, being stabbed 19 times, to a nearby road where she was found by a cyclist who managed to call the emergency services.
Jesus Christ.
Surgeons then operated for 6 hours to treat her critical trauma to arteries and tissues in her torso and abdomen.
What the fuck?
The operating surgeon said that if the knife had gone a width of a human hair further, she wouldn't have survived at all. Which makes sense with that many stab wounds.
Not to mention probably...
And the damage to her major organs
yeah,
and stuff.
And not to mention the arteries as well.
Mm-hmm.
A hair can make a difference.
She actually left the hospital only 7 days after the attack.
Wow. Jesus.
And returned to school that September of the same year.
That's ballsy.
Yeah.
I got respect for this king.
In a 2019 interview, Taylor reported that obviously she still suffered trauma from the attack and said that she actually sleeps with broken scissors from fear of an attack again.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
You get jumped by 2 schoolmates in the forest and they stab you 19 times in the aim of killing you. I'd sleep with a full-on fucking knife by my bed.
Yep. So 5 hours after the attack, the police apprehended the 2 suspects.
Good. I mean, they weren't exactly subtle about it, were they?
No, apparently they weren't even that far away. They were just... Oh, I think they were at gas... No, that was the next bit. I think they were just walking...
Through the woods, away from the scene.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Police found the knife that they'd used in the attack in the bag that they were carrying, so it's not even like they tried to cover it up. They had the weapon on them.
What if you imagine? I bet they thought that she wouldn't be found for days.
Yeah, lob it in the forest. You know what I mean?
But if you've got time,
don't carry it with you. The murder weapon. That's crazy. You do not hear very often people taking the murder weapon.
No,
or
but
keeping it on them.
Unless they aimed to dispose it in another way, or like you said, keep it in case they need to make another Slenderman sacrifice.
No, but at the end of the day, these are like very young teenage children. They're clearly not thinking it through fully.
It's true.
The children said that they were traveling before they got picked up by police to a national forest, which was 200 miles away, to meet Slenderman at his home, which they called the Slender Mansion.
Slender Mansion?
Also not real, just in case.
The Slender Man... Is that next to Playboy Bunny Mansion?
I don't know. It's if that's in a national forest, maybe.
Wow.
So, Morgan had disclosed that she had lifelong visual and auditory hallucinations that started when she was a very, very young child.
Okay.
These usually included figures that she interpreted as ghosts. She'd apparently see things like colours melting down walls and various imaginary friends.
Wow.
Though imaginary friends is obviously very normal for children.
Yeah.
The correctional officers reported that Morgan frequently talked to herself, pretended to be a cat, and kept ants as pets.
2 out of 3 of those things are explainable.
I suppose.
The cat thing's weird though.
She reported you get the like
the furries.
Yeah, that's people that pretend to be animals. Yeah. She reported seeing unicorns and having ongoing... I put this bit in just because I thought you'd like this bit.
Okay, tell me.
She reportedly had ongoing conversations with Slenderman and other fictional characters, such as Severus Snape, Lord Voldemort, and one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not all 4. Just one of them.
I wonder whether it was fucking Leo. He's a weirdo.
Is that the blue one?
I think he might be the blue one, yeah.
Leo's the blue one. Donatello's
so.
the purple one.
Yeah.
Raphael's the red one.
Mm-hmm.
And who the fuck is the orange one? Fuck! Jamie would be so mad at me right now.
In my defense, I've never watched a single episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so...
Jamie's favourite was the red one. My favourite was probably the leader, the blue one. Yeah.
Leo. I just like the blue. I just like the blue better.
I just want to be in charge. I think that was what it is.
older sibling syndrome.
Obviously, the Harry Potter characters that she was talking to.
Interesting mix. Voldemort and Severus Snape. Interesting mix.
Either way, the two were tried in 2017.
As children?
Well, they were children. But given the nature of the offences, they were both waived out of juvenile court to be tried as adults.
That's what I was asking.
So Anissa was charged with a second-degree homicide, which is a Class B felony.
It is. It's a fuck up your life felony.
She did plead guilty to being a party of second-degree murder. A jury actually found her not guilty by mental disease or defect. But she was sentenced to 25 years. But realistically, an indeterminate sentence requiring at least 3 years confinement and involuntary treatment at a forensic state psychiatric institute.
Okay.
Followed by then communal supervision until the age of 37.
Okay. So given what she did, that wasn't actually that bad.
Morgan was charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, Class A felony, because she was
the ringleader.
The stabbing and stuff, She accepted a plea offer that she would not undergo a trial if she pled guilty.
Okay.
And agreed to be further evaluated psychiatrically.
Studied.
To determine what the appropriate duration of being in the psychiatric hospital would be.
Probably a while.
She took the plea deal, she pled guilty, but was found not guilty by reason of mental disease and defect due to her diagnosis of early onset schizophrenia.
Oh, wow.
By the court-appointed psychiatrists.
Wow.
She was given the maximum sentence.
Okay.
40 years confinement in a psychiatric institute.
Gotcha.
So, skip forward a bit. September 13th, 2021.
Oh, we're recent now.
Yes.
Well, relatively recent.
Anissa, who had the lesser sentence.
Yeah. The one that helped but didn't do the stabbing.
As far as I'm aware. Was released with multiple stipulations.
Okay. Including
a 24-hour GPS ankle monitoring.
Nice.
That made her request permission before leaving the county. She had to have no contact with Taylor until 2039. Taylor's family were comfortable with the restrictions.
Okay.
But did wish she did serve a longer prison sentence.
Yes, valid.
Her internet use was to be restricted and monitored. She's not allowed any form of social media.
So she doesn't go Slendermanning anymore?
Yeah. She's also required to take psychiatric medication. And has to go to regular counselling service by a caseworker.
Okay.
And has to live with her father until under supervision.
Okay. So she's pretty much on house arrest?
Yes. But as far as I'm aware, she's kind of just been...
minding her own biz?
Yes. Out of the lights. Doing what she needs to do.
Well, I mean, to be fair, probably the safest option for her right now.
The other one, not so much.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
Nothing too crazy, but
certainly less peaceful than her counterpart.
Yeah, this is more recent.
Oh, okay.
January 2024. The other girl, ringleader, wanted to be released early.
Did she now?
A lot of things happened in terms of they went back and forth on if they would release her or not.
Okay.
If it was time, a lot of them got rejected. Then COVID happened, and then obviously that got rejected and pushed back. And
got it.
Finally, she was released in January last year, 2025.
Jesus.
A court-approved hearing it after 3 psychologists noted that she had progress in her treatment. They are now a transgender man. Just thought I'd slide that there. Officials did find difficulty in finding her somewhere to live.
Okay. Understandable.
Her initial placement in Milwaukee was denied because it was a bit close to Taylor, the victim.
Got it. Yeah.
Valid.
I imagine as well because those kids grew up in the same area. Their parents probably live in the same area.
Yeah. They all live. Well, 2 of them lived in the same apartment building.
Yeah.
So it would have been a bit difficult. And then she was finally rehomed in somewhere called Madison. However, so that was at January 2025.
Last year.
November 23rd at 8 a.m. 2025.
Okay.
Very recent.
Yeah. Something's going on here.
A 911 call was given to Madison Police Department that she had disappeared from her group home in Madison.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. According to police, she had cut off her ankle bracelet, which is a no-no.
That's impressive. Those things are designed to not be cut off.
Yeah. They also tells the police immediately if they are cut off, and that's also a parole violation.
Yeah, because there's a wire that goes all the way around the actual fabric, and you have to cut through the wire, and as soon as the circuit's interrupted, it triggers an alarm.
And she had left the previous evening. She was last seen at 8 p.m. previous day, alongside a trans woman.
Okay.
They were later found that night at a gas station.
Okay.
And they both obviously got took in. Her lady friend basically said that they had made friends while she was in that group home. But apparently they wouldn't let her visit her. And
probably because of the social restrictions.
Yeah, so she actually would break in to see her a lot. And she basically took the blame for, this whole breaking out and stuff situation. Obviously that doesn't help, so, she still ripped off the ankle bracelet.
Yeah, she did. So, that was a deliberate parole violation.
Yeah, so both of them are going to court, but obviously that won't happen
anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do like a little update, because that'll probably be this year or next year. So, just some stuff that happened afterwards. After the attack, the school district of like where it was based blocked access to the creepypasta Wikipedia website.
Yes!
You say yes, but no one else had done anything like this. It was just a creative platform of stories, fictional stories.
It's like fan fiction, effectively.
Yeah,
just creepy fan fiction.
If you just block archive of our own.
Never said. Don't say those words.
Yeah, no, but that's literally what they'd done.
Don't say those words. Not after it's been down for 2 days.
On June 5th, 2014, the Slenderman creator of guy that actually wrote the
story.
Official, Eric Knudsen, released a statement of condolence where he said, "I am deeply saddened by the tragedy in Wisconsin, and my heart goes out to the families of those affected by this terrible act." But also, took note that it is a story, and that, other people should be punished for it, and that it shouldn't have inspired people to.
No, it's a story.
It's not fictional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But how many people do that? I mean, people do that with books, with movies, with all kind of forms of...
That's the kind of thing that we have to talk about. A retired FBI agent said that the internet had become a black hole that risks exposing children to a more sinister world. And he said that parents should monitor their children's internet use and educate them on the differences between right and wrong. However, to counter that, Sharia Chess, who is an assistant professor of mass media arts at the University of Georgia, described creepypastas and things like that as no more dangerous than stories about vampires or zombies. Completely agree.
Yeah.
and that creepypasta websites are beneficial as creative writing communities. Where basically the whole case spawned a nationwide
debate,
moral panic about Slenderman over the United States and, you know, what we consume, kind of thing. So yeah, it's like big for that kind of debate.
I mean, I can understand it, but at the same time, I feel very much in these situations when you have someone who acts on fiction in a violent way, in any shape or form, creepypasta, you know, copycat killers from novels, recreating like ritual sacrifices from a movie or something. The first person who gets to blame for some reason is the author,
or the content.
Yeah, or the content, but it's the story that gets blamed. But you'll often find it's less the story, because how many millions of people have consumed that story?
Exactly.
It's more, for me personally, the mixture of, for example, with the main girl in this, she had early onset schizophrenia.
Yeah, well, they were both put in psychiatric homes.
Exactly. I think it's more a mix of when you have some kind of vulnerability, mentally speaking. You know, she spoke of seeing hallucinations, of having full-blown conversations with people that didn't exist. You know, when you mix that with any kind of fiction...
that was the other girl. They both were seeing shit.
They both were, yeah.
I mean, that's why they were both not deemed as mentally competent. That's why they were both put in psychiatric hospitals.
But I feel like it doesn't matter. It could have been a Slenderman story. But it could have been any other.
I think that's just what they bonded over.
That's what, it was a shared kind of.
Now, if we're talking about shared things, I want to quickly also mention this thing called folie à deux.
Nope.
So it's a term that's not used very often because cases of these things are not very often. They don't frequently happen.
Okay.
But they can happen.
I have a feeling that this is a good thing. They don't happen very often.
Basically, in a simplified way of explaining what it is, a shared psychosis.
Okay.
Normally between two people.
Okay.
And it's where, like, for example, there's a very famous case that we'll probably cover at some point in the distant future of these twins that they go. So it happened on, like, live on TV.
Mm-hmm.
A call came in of where these two women, they were twins, had gone onto a busy highway and were just running in between the cars. And they both get hit by cars.
Okay.
So, like, police come, ambulance come, and all that kind of stuff. They all come. The women get up. Every time they get restrained, they will both, even though they've been hit by cars, they'll both keep getting up, getting everyone's hands off them, getting away from the police, and they keep running into the traffic. There is live footage of this.
Jesus.
They get hit by trucks, cars. Even when one is almost in a comatose state, she gets up again and gets hit by another thing.
Wow.
And they're not explaining why they're doing it. Clearly they're not with it. They are going through some psychosis because they keep saying weird shit.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then they get taken to hospital. One's worse off than the other one.
Yeah.
They get separated. They don't get mentally assessed like they should have been.
Mm.
So one gets carted off somewhere. I can't remember what happens to her.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I can't remember if they do end up going back to a road. Either way, they get hit by something else. The other one gets let out, not told where her twin sister is. They both haven't been mentally assessed, even though they should have been.
That definitely is a need for a mental assessment right there.
She gets let out, starts wandering the streets. Clearly still under psychosis.
Yeah.
And this guy says that clearly notices that she is not well.
Yeah.
And says that she can come back to his place and like just safe place, chill out, and he's like a really nice guy.
Oh, he's a dead guy too.
Yeah, she ends up being weird, and the next day he nips out to do something in the garden. I think he's getting like sugar or something from a next door neighbor, so that he goes back in the house. Suddenly next door neighbor hears him screaming, saying that she's attacked him, and she ends up killing him. And then she leaves, and then she ends up, I don't know if she's like bricking someone else that is like she passes by, and then she goes back into traffic, and it's an insane messy case. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
But that is what most people say that what happened to them twins. Some kind of, they don't know how, they don't know why it started.
Sounds like a fucking possession.
Some kind of folie à deux shared psychosis.
Yeah.
So people often attribute, is that a similar thing to what happened in this circumstance?
This feels less psychosis. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely feel like there's a psychiatric influence here. But it doesn't feel like, with that one...
But you have two young girls, easily influenced, they've read this creepy story, they're way too into it.
Oh,
they
for sure.
both have some kind of schizophrenia.
For sure. But the one that you were talking there about, the twin girls...
the twin adult women.
That felt a lot more frenzied, a lot more discombobulated, a lot more...
And that did end in murder,
But that one is lacking...
the more
logic.
Planning. Yeah, I suppose.
Whereas with these girls, while I do believe they absolutely bonded over their love of, creepypastas, and this particular one, the Slenderman, and they obviously had similar mental health issues, I also feel like because there was two of them, they might have egged each other on a bit.
Oh, yeah,
which often happens when you have two kids involved, is they enter a stage of kind of daring the other one to just go that little bit further, and then the other one does it back, and then suddenly
sinking each other into the psychosis more, kind of
thing. Yeah, pulling each other down with them.
Yeah,
being like, oh, I read this Slenderman story, come read this with me. Oh, I read one that was worse, and suddenly we're sinking into this absolute sinkhole of them not knowing what's real and what isn't.
But then it also brings into similar things of, oh, do video games make you violent?
No.
That kind of thing. Oh, yeah, obviously I know that.
No.
I did a whole essay on that when I was in secondary school.
I know. I will say this to the day. Anybody who blames video games for violence already had a predisposition to violence, and ergo it had nothing to do with the video game.
But it does bring about that same thing, especially to people that say don't play video games. Or the media.
Yeah.
And there are cases where people that have played, but not even necessarily violent video games, but just some video games, have gone on to commit horrible violent acts.
I don't think the video games are at fault for that.
Exactly. I mean, it's like when we did the case of Gabriel Kuhn. Was it Gabriel Kuhn? Give me a second.
I believe his name sounds familiar.
Yeah, the really horrible one with the two kids. Bear with me. Let me see what episode it was. It was episode 29, Gabriel Kuhn and Daniel Philippi Petri, who was the killer.
Yes.
And that wasn't a violent game that they were playing, but it was about the currency in the game, and that what led to one teenage boy murdering a very young boy.
Yeah. I remember that one. That was disgusting.
But that wasn't anything to do with the violence in the game. It wasn't a very violent game.
I think I've said this to my family, because a lot of my family members are not anti video games, but they disapprove of it, especially when you're like an adult playing video games. There's a lot of kind of like like being shamed for it.
Stigma.
Yeah.
I think it's more so with older people, because actually, as of like recent years, the video game industry is actually the highest industry ever. Yeah. It beats the movie industry. Yeah. In terms of how much money they make. Yeah. The popularity. Especially now, there's a rise of things being made into TV shows or movies based on games.
Based on video. I mean, everybody
The
turned
Last of
around.
Us, Fallout.
Everybody turned
Borderlands
around,
movie,
and they were
Five Nights at Freddy's,
incensed with like The Last of Us and Fallout, and even the first season of Witcher.
Yeah, Witcher.
Let's not talk about the last few seasons, but the first season. And they were like, "Where have you been gatekeeping these incredible characters and stories from?" I was like, "I don't know. You've been judging me the last 10 years for playing." But it's like I was talking to my family about it. I was like, it's basically like reading a book, like reading an interactive book, where they're like, if you make this decision, go to this page and continue the story. If you make this decision, go to this page, and you do that, and you make decisions.
You know, there used to be that kind of thing in Goosebumps. I
remember
they had books called "Give Yourself Goosebumps," and you'd get to a page and it'd be like, to make this decision, turn to this page. To make this decision, turn to a different page, and the storyline would be different.
They'd diverge.
They were fantastic.
They were great, but I was like, it's like that. Only it's in video format. You know, you sit there and you're given this moral dilemma of, for example, this woman killed a man, but he did her a great wrong. Do you punish her for killing the man, or do you let her pass and like cover for her, basically?
Yeah, but like in terms of like this case and it being stories,
yeah,
it's as
fiction.
If it's like I have just read Chronicles of Narnia, and I decide I'm at a zoo and I see a lion, and I'm like, it's Aslan. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna go up to him, speak to him. He can definitely like communicate with me. I'm gonna go ride on him, and then I get fucking like
mauled to death. Yeah.
And then Narnia books get fucking like banned in the area. You know what I mean? Never mind, is what it's like.
Never mind that like these books have been out for God knows how long and billions of people have read these. The fact that I personally
creepypastas are only online stories. They are not books.
But I haven't read the Slenderman stories.
I've never read it, but I've played the game and I know the lore.
Yeah. I know of them. I know it's kind of a scary kind of ghost story.
Basically, yeah.
Because I remember when I was camping, and when I was at Brownies and I was going on school trips and stuff, the first thing anybody did was start telling a ghost story.
But creepypastas are basically
ghost stories.
In the 2010s, people would probably say at sleepovers.
Which is exactly, I would have been these girls' ages. I would have been maybe a year or two older. Because, well, actually, maybe a little bit younger, because you said they were 14 in what year?
I said roughly 14.
In what year?
When they commit the crime. In 2014.
Okay, so I would have been 3 years older than them. Because I would have still been in school. That would have been my first A-level year.
Yeah.
I was still in school when these kids were in school. So everything that they're doing in school, you know, the sharing the ghost stories, going for walks in places you're not meant to be after school and stuff. That was my childhood. Like, that was just what we did, you know? Yeah. You went to the river your parents told you couldn't go to and you played in the river. It was just how...
Perpetrators were born 2001 and 2002.
Yes, they would have been about 4 years.
So they would have been what? Oh no, were they 12?
12. Wow.
My brother's born in 2002.
So he was young. They were young. They would have been about 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like young teenage.
Okay, so they would have been a bit younger than me then. Quite a bit younger than me. But probably about 7 or 8 years younger than me then. But at the same time, it's still the same kind of vibe. Like, I think it is just an unfortunate mix of the reader and how they interpret the material.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got that weakness to not be able to differentiate between reality and fiction, like you do with schizophrenia, you often struggle to differentiate between what is and isn't reality. And then you put into the mix any kind of story, you're always going to get bad situations, whether it's a ghost story or fucking Narnia, like you said. I mean,
just person to person, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very kind of individual to who that person is and how they personally react. Like
they could have obsessed over any creepypasta with their deposition.
They could have quite easily obsessed over fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they could have imagined that they were fucking related to Donatello and gone flying off a building and killed themselves. Like...
Yeah, I think it would be more like they'd gone into the sewers to try and find turtles or some shit.
Entirely. But the point is that they could have done harm to others or themselves using the most innocent of material. It was just unfortunate that it happened to be a creepypasta, and that it's easier to blame a creepypasta than it is to say that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is dangerous.
Yeah. Well, either way, those are the two perpetrators. God, we have pictures. I love this bit. There's only 2 pictures, I believe.
Oh,
yeah. 2 perpetrators.
Oh my god.
And then...
Face looks so baby.
There's Slenderman.
That's horrible. Oh, I know he's just wearing a netto. I know he's just wearing tights over his face, but that's fucking nasty. That is a very scary image. Like
also, the first game, Slender the 8 Cages, banging. Also, to be fair, there's one called Slender the Arrival, also scary.
Fucking terrifying.
But the game, iconic. The first game, very simple.
Yeah, to be fair, I've heard a lot about it. Especially obviously considering you love spooky and scary shit.
I do.
I believe I have heard you mention Slenderman quite a few times. It's just, I don't know. I just seem to. A lot of my friends when I was growing up had what they called the horror bug of loving the scary, spooky shit. Somehow I dipped on that entire genetic.
Yeah, but I don't know why. It was also mainly because in our years, in our youth, creators like PewDiePie and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and like big creators like that on YouTube, when YouTube first came out, primarily did play horror games. And that is where a lot of horror games,
fascination,
people let's plays.
Yeah,
that's where that came from.
Yeah,
it was like those kind of creators on YouTube.
Let's play this terrifying horror that you can't legally buy yet.
You know, streaming games. It all came from there.
And I suppose it was a great platform for people who, like yourself, would have been younger and would not necessarily been able to get the game.
Especially PC games. We didn't have a PC that could do that kind of thing. Yeah. So
you would be able to access content and material that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to access.
But yeah,
it's interesting. It's the same debate we have quite a few times in a lot of different methods, really, and is the material over the individual, like what's more important. And I will always stand by my guns and say it is the individual reaction that determines each situation.
Obviously, if the person's vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 girls, I do genuinely think were mentally vulnerable, and especially when you bond to people who share that, they develop a dependency on each other, which can often just spiral out of control and result in a poor girl getting stabbed in the wood 19 times.
Yeah, but you know, kudos to her. She dragged herself up.
She did. That's some fight.
Yeah. She.
Considering that's a 12-year-old girl.
I did read something like in a interview she had like not too long ago. She said that the scars don't bother her anymore, and that she's doing a lot better. She likes to talk about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first girl, I can't remember which one it was, seems to have stayed out of trouble under the radar.
Is that the one who we're not sure did the stabbing?
She's the one that had
the second degree.
The mental, which thought she was a cat and shit.
Yeah.
She's relatively been under the radar, kept out of business.
Just getting on with her life now.
The other one, yes, she's probably going to be in court soon for breaking probation, but I don't imagine she'll get massively long if she does go back inside the psychiatric hospital.
It is interesting because from other than that, she seems to be.
Like I said, the treatment said it was going well.
Yeah, and she seems to be, minding her own business a bit.
She only broke out of the thing because that friend that she had snuck in and.
But again, once again, you've got her interacting with someone else who's vulnerable.
So yeah.
And it results in a crime being made.
Yeah. So. Who's to say how much progress is actually being made there?
I think that inherent dependency of you know, of, oh, we're both, you know, we're both vulnerable, bonding, and then that leading to less than stellar behaviour. I feel like that's still a pattern with her. Whereas the other girl seems to be just minding her biz.
Yeah, and getting on with shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish both of them well.
Well, all three.
Yeah. Seems to me the victim is doing a lot better, though.
Yeah, victim's doing a lot better, which is the main thing.
Yes,
Taylor, yeah.
exactly. But
so good on you.
Fingers crossed that the two girls who did it can get their lines straight and make something of their life still. Because 12 years old is very, very young.
But I believe it was... No, it was in America, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say age of consent in the UK is... Fuck, was it? Is it 12? Or is it 10? I think it's 10.
It's 10 because it's the lowest in the EU.
Because it had to change for Jamie Bulger.
Yeah, it's 10. Because it's one of the lowest in the EU. I remember checking this. It's...
criminal
responsibility, yeah.
10.
10, yeah.
It's 10. Because it was 12 before the Jamie Bulger case.
Because both of the victims were 10, so they dropped it down to 10 just for the case.
Yeah.
Which I feel is also problematic in its own right.
They knew right from wrong.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Absolutely, yes. But anybody who has a psychiatric vulnerability...
America.
It's 15, 16?
The states are...
Yeah, state by state.
Yeah. But for federal crimes, 11. So that's why they were... And because it was such a violent crime, that's why they were tried as adults.
That makes sense, though. I mean, to be fair, they stabbed a 12-year-old girl 19 times. I mean, no matter why you did that, there's cause and effect.
In America, depending on the state, they range from 7 to 13.
7?
That's crazy. That's a young one. Christ. Well, yeah. So...
No wonder they call it the incarcerated country.
Yeah, either way, we wish them well. Obviously. Go and play the first Slender game. It does still hold up, I think.
If you're not a horror fan...
Then
don't play it.
Or watch somebody else play it. Go back and watch PewDiePie play it.
I do not like watching it. I do not like playing horror games, but I do enjoy watching Beth play horror games because I can hide behind cushions and it's perfectly fine.
Yep. That one would give you nightmares.
That one would give me nightmares.
Yeah, I really do.
Do you remember when I got freaked out? Town of Light.
Yeah,
and you had to.
Game. That is based off a true story.
And you had to come downstairs with biscuits and a cup of tea and sit with me for an hour and a half because I'd scared the bejesus out of myself.
I do. But that one, unlike Slenderman, is based off a true story.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that, to be honest.
But nothing crazy horrific actually happens in that game, though. It's just a walking simulator of a creepy place. Nothing.
That's bad enough.
No jump scares.
It's horrific.
No,
we don't need a jump scare, because I'm already scared enough as it is.
It's just vibes.
Bad vibes. Bad juju.
Thank you for joining us again for
Thank you very much.
I've been Beth.
I'm still Becky.
Join us for the next episode when it will be our special 50th episode.
Murder-suicides. I'm excited. We'll see you later. Enjoy your beverages.
Peace out.
Peace out.